Yo, we're back with another one today. And today we're talking about Bully. Let's get to it, bro, because I got a lot to talk about. So, Bully is about this teenage boy named Jimmy Hopkins that's been expelled at multiple schools. He comes to Bullworth, and his whole goal is just to defend bullies. I mean, not to defend bullies, defend like people that get bullied from getting bullied. Hey, that sounds bad the way I just said that. But this game was released in October 17th, 2006. And first things first, this game is a fucking instant classic, y'all. If you haven't played this yet, please go play it and then come back to the review. But if you have played this, you already know what I'm talking about. This game is an instant classic. I done had this game bought for like 2 or 3 years now, and it's just been sitting there and sitting there. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and play it. And this game is a fucking instant classic. This is a hood classic. What I mean, it's a hood classic. This shit is awesome. The first things first I love about this game is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so amazing. I'm about to play some of my favorite songs for y'all real quick. Dun, 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 sausage, yo. Dun, dun. I got that one from Berlizzi. I think that's the first soundtrack I remember hearing. But I was like, this is from Bully. I know it was because he had I found that off of Berlizzi because he had it played in one of his outro things, and I could see him walking. I was like, is that Bully? And then I got to play that part where they're creeping around the school. And I think it's so hard to say what my favorite track is out of here. But there's so many good music. The dude, I think they said the dude name was Sean Lee. He was in there going crazy. He's going crazy. This dude was spazzing because this has to be one of the best soundtracks I've heard in video games. It's one of the best. It's up there. It's really good. That's what I love about it. It's very, very enjoyable. And I was having a blast because I was like, man, some of these songs, I'm just nodding my head in the background. I'm like, okay. That shit was so good. Okay, so Bully's gameplay is very unique. I won't even lie to you. It's so interesting. It's set up in a school, and you have so many rivals and all types of people that you can deal with. The nerds, the jocks, the greasers, the townies, the bullies. Is there one more group I'm forgetting? It's 6 of them, right? I'm forgetting one of them, but it's all good. They probably don't know. I can't remember. But I think that it is so interesting how all this gameplay works. And with some of the stuff that be happening around here. For example, I'm about to show y'all this clip of me kissing this girl in front of another girl that I kissed before in Bully. And she just kicked her. I was so confused. I was like, what? I didn't know you could do that.
Live longer. I can't wait to graduate so I can do that.
I didn't know that. I like little features like that where they show them little things of things that happen. I like the biking. I love the biking theme is stuck in my head right now. But I love the bike racing and all that. It's so fun to go around and do that. And you make money by doing some of the chores, by throwing paper out and What's the other one? Oh, mowing the lawn. Then you got classes. I'm not gonna lie, when it came to the classes, English class is my least favorite because I gave it a try, like trying to just do it with my mind. And then I started seeing some words that felt like my vocab is too dumb for this. So I just started looking up all of them. I cheated, I ain't gonna lie. I think that the easiest class was definitely gym class. And biking class was necessary. It wasn't hard. It was hard at first, but I had to look it up on YouTube because I was confused. But they said you should like use the button first, or like when you see it start to pop up, use your left stick first before you start doing anything, and then that's how it all works for you. But I feel like that was an easier class after I figured out everything because I was passing everything with the art class. It was hard. It started getting hard after I get to a certain point. Chemistry class is one of my favorite ones because I was clicking buttons, and it was just fun just doing all the random buttons, and I messed up. I felt that class like one time. I took pride in those classes. I completed every single class. And photography class is so easy. It was just the only one that was hard is when I had to take a picture of them homeless people in, what's it, New Convoy, something like that. And I kept getting attacked by greasers. I was like, golly, bro, can y'all leave me alone? And the bums would just be like saying some shit to me. Because I couldn't find no dogs in that area. I'm not gonna lie. It said to take a picture of homeless people and dogs, but I couldn't find no dogs. So, but this school is incredibly fucked up, and I can't wait to tell you about the story. All right, so let's talk chapter 1. Chapter 1 is where we get the introduction to meet Gary and Pete, and they show you around the school pretty much. So you get to learn about the school, you get to meet the principal. And I mean, with Jimmy's stuff, his mom is basically a hoe, is what it sounds like. And she doesn't really care for her son as much. But in this setting, this is where you gotta help the nerds out from the bullies a lot. And this is where you meet some of them characters, like that one old guy that was in there teaching you how to fight. And you had to get on them radio abductor things. But I feel like the first time we was meeting nerds is when we helped out Agile, his weird ass. Boy, all he do is piss on himself. Or got to use the bathroom. Then you mess with that one girl with the glasses that got cold sores on her lips. And I'm pretty sure that was your second kiss after that big chunky girl. After Gary showed you around the school. I do think my favorite mission throughout chapter 1 was definitely the Halloween and the prank one. Because I love that mission so much. It was so fun. It really shows you. And I can't believe Gary dressed up as a Nazi. I was like, what the fuck? But it was a lot that was going on with Gary plotting on you in this first chapter. And I'm like, why though? I thought they was friends. I didn't understand why Gary did that. Because when we got to the last chapter of mission 14 of chapter 1, where we had to fight Russell. And this was a really good fight. I think this is one of my favorite missions throughout the whole entire series, to be honest with you. Or no, not favorite missions. It's one of my favorite boss fights. I love this boss fight because it was just fun. We were straight brawling. I lost the first time to Russell. Then the second time I came back and kicked his ass. And I didn't understand why Gary just turned on him. But they did say he was a sociopath, so he was kind of weird. But it was like, it just didn't make sense to me, man. Cause I don't understand why Gary would want to do it. I mean, he explained it later, but still, though, I felt bad. I was like, damn, Jimmy was just trying to make a friend, man. He was a social outcast, but chapter 1 was definitely a hit. Good old chapter 2, where we're dealing with the fucking rich kids, these preppies, and a whole bunch of bullshit going on just in this whole entire chapter. I think my biggest highlights outside the preppies was all the teacher missions. And when we met that crazy ass lunch lady, I was like, bro, she's crazy, bro, spitting all that food and shit. And then you had the that one fight with that, I think the dude name was Ricky, where you was out there fighting with him and y'all was fighting all the preppies. That's where I'm pretty sure we got introduced to the biking. And the biking was fun, actually. It was really fun. And then we had that one weird mission with Mr. Burton while he was wanting students' panties, which I'm like, bro, this game is so fucking crazy because why am I doing this for a teacher? Why am I doing this for a teacher? It is so fucking crazy. I don't understand why I was doing this for a teacher. Like, I'm gonna just keep saying that because I don't understand why I was doing that for a teacher. We were just dealing with a lot of bullshit from these preppies this whole time. But I did like this last fight. I was like, this is another good boss fight where I did the boxing challenge and then I started beating up everybody's asses and then we had to fight. I'm pretty sure his name was Derby at the end and we whooped his ass too. It was hard though, I ain't gonna lie. I did this little cheese method where, Jimmy doesn't run out of stamina. So I was just running around. I did this in a lot of my fights. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Where I would just run around until they ran out of stamina and Jimmy just didn't. So I just come back up and just start shooting them and punching them every time. It was fun though. Now, chapter 3. We're introduced to the fucking greasers. The greasers had one of my favorite chasing themes where they chase you and hear the dun 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 dun. Okay, I'm done. I love the theme. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. But we had them, and then we had the cook and her date, and I did like that mission where I was shooting all them kids to help cook out. I ain't gonna lie, I messed up 5 times because I kept missing or I kept jumping out the tree on accident. It was hard for me I was getting used to the controls during this game, but I did miss some of these Christmas missions. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So that Nutcracker mission, I was just watching the video on YouTube. I missed that one completely. I missed I think a lot of these Christmas missions actually. That kind of makes me sad. So I'm gonna replay this one day. Not now, but I will replace it one day. But we got Johnny and we met him and he knew Lola was a bop. Or a hoe, if you want to call her that. Or a thought. Or a skeezer. It's whatever you want to call it. She was basically playing with everybody. And Johnny kept getting confused that Jimmy wanted Lola. Well, Jimmy didn't really care for Lola like that at all, to me. And I was just like, bro, Johnny, bro, come on, bro. I really like y'all. The Greasers was cool to me, man. I really liked the Greasers. They was probably one of my favorite cliques. But they were actually just decent. They was just okay. And then you had the Glass House. That was one of my favorite missions because we was sneaking around throwing shit in that one dude's house. And we snuck on the back of his car and held on with a skateboard and was throwing stuff in his windows and shooting slingshots and breaking glass all over. That was so fun, bro. And then the boss fight. Oh, man, like I said with Russell's, I think this might be up there in terms of entertainment of how long this one was. Overall, this is 6 minutes of, not the boss fight, but they knock you down at first. The police comes and you get chased by the cops, and I love that. It's so fun getting chased by the police, and you riding your bike, and it's like, bro, imagine this in a kid's or a teenager's perspective. This shit looks so fun. Then you fight Johnny. I cheesed the shit out of Johnny by running around everywhere. Pete was there helping me out. Man, that's one problem I had. I wish they had Pete in here more. He was there, but he wasn't there enough. I felt like he could have been there a lot more here. But Pete was there helping me out. And we beat Johnny's ass. And then Johnny just finds out that Jimmy never wanted Lola in the first place. He didn't give a damn. So, chapter 4. Man, this chapter was awesome. I love this chapter. I think this might be one of my favorites out of the whole thing. Chapter 4 is so fucking good. The thing about chapter 4 that pisses me off the most, though, is how the nerds didn't want to help you after you helped them all, especially Agile nuthead ass. Because why would you do that? You talking about you're like a bouncer? I'm like, dude, I helped y'all out so many fucking times. Y'all were the first couple people I helped when I got here. I thought we was friends. That shit pissed me off. That pissed me smooth off. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with them? I thought they was cool at least. That pissed me smooth off. Cause I didn't understand it. Then you had the Miss Galloway and Miss Phillips stuff going on. And we had to go get Galloway out the asylum. That asylum was actually kind of crazy. You heard people screaming in the background and shit, and you had to run around and sneak around. That shit was wild. We took pictures of old girl. I don't remember her name. I ain't gonna lie. There's too many girls in here, but a cheerleader girl, and had to get them things taken down after. So I just helped her out. But my favorite mission, this has to be probably my favorite mission throughout this whole entire series, is where you get the outfit. One, that fight was fun because I ran around and was just shooting him. I cheesed the whole time until he got tired. But then you got to the Jocks boss fight. This shit was so fun because Jimmy was doing a whole bunch of shit, setting shit up. I wish he didn't help the nerds out kind of at the same time and didn't protect them from when they was trying to come in and break in, because like, bro, we were friends. I don't understand why y'all had to act like that towards me. It's like Jimmy was cool the whole time with y'all. I didn't understand that. I was like, these kids is crazy. But when we got to pee in the jug, I was like, that shit is so disgusting. But it was so fucking cool and funny at the same time. Then you were with the bull contest, you had to keep doing the bull dance. That shit was so fucking hilarious. He said, yeah, Bullworth, go, Bullworth, bulls. And then Jimmy took off the thing or the helmet, and then we was in the football field throwing footballs at the players and all that, and they were trying to tackle them. The footballs had bombs in them. I was like, this mission is so good. I think this is probably my number one favorite boss fight right here, because it was so fun and so creative how they did this. And I'm like, man, oh man, it's like this shit is a true banger, bro. And I knew Bully had me hooked earlier, but this was like, I was like, okay, this is probably gonna be up there with one of my favorite games I've ever played, because this shit was so unique and fun. On to the final chapter, I see. Chapter 5, The Rise and Fall of Jimmy Hopkins. Here we are, where Gary executes the plan, gets in everybody's head and everybody's ear, and makes it seem like it's Jimmy's fault the whole time, which it wasn't. But he's getting blamed for rats being put in the nerds part. He's getting blamed for the fucking gym being on fire. And Mr. Burton is a bitch, because why would you not? Why would you send a 15-year-old student in there, for one? Because why would you do that? That was dumb. It was awesome doing that mission. I really like that mission. But why would you send a 15-year-old doing that? We had to save Johnny from the prison, and I think you gained more respect from them than out of anybody. I was like, damn, I had got like 25, I'm pretty sure, and I think the other ones you got like 15. But you were still getting attacked by damn near everybody. We took revenge on Mr. Burton with Zoe. She was the reason why she got expelled from the school in the first place. It was just awesome doing those missions. And then you had that Prepy Vandalized mission pissed me off, y'all. When I said it pissed me off, because I did all that, and these motherfuckers ain't look at the photos. It's because Derby didn't like me. I wanted to beat the shit out of him for that, because why? Why? I get that you don't like me, but bro, I gave you the evidence. Why didn't you care? It pissed me off, y'all. I was genuinely pissed. I got expelled from the school for a second. Jimmy did. It was crazy. We busted into the townies part, which was awesome, with our boy Russell on some mopeds. He broke through that boy and it blew up. I was like, oh, this shit is hard. Then we fought Edgar. It was a fun mission going all the way over there. Zoe helped me out. Then I said that mission was tough though, because I had to keep turning around, and I felt like when I turned around, I was turning around at like wrong angles, so I kept getting hit. That sucks, bro. But the mission was so fun. And this is arguably, like I said, chapter 4 was my favorite, but I think this is probably my second favorite chapter, because it was just so much shit going down during this whole entire arc. Where it was so fun and so much good shit that went down. We broke our way back into the school, beat up all the former bosses, even though they didn't have no big ass health bar, so it was fun just kicking their ass with their friends. And then we got to the final showdown. The final showdown. But yeah, Gary told us that he did it because Jimmy was going to get him eventually. Which I don't know how necessarily true that would have been, to be honest with you. Because I don't think Jimmy would have, man. Jimmy seemed like he was a really cool dude. And he really seemed happy to have a friend, because Pete was his guy. And he never turned on Pete. it was because Gary was fucking crazy, man, that this happened. But the fight was fun, and like chasing him down, him throwing stuff at you. He had bad aim on some of them, but then he had some good aim where I kept sliding off and falling down while I was walking across. They were going back and forth. They break all the way up. I still don't know how dude or the principal heard that all the way from up there, but he did. Well, he got some super hearing. That's what it sounded like to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, man. We win. We save the day. We get the girl. And Endless Summer starts. And that's it for the game. Man, overall, this game was an instant classic. This is a hood classic if I ever seen one. There's plenty of hood classics everywhere. But this is an instant classic you can go back to and a certified banger. I've said all I said about the game. If it ever does get a sequel, it would be fire. If it ever gets a remake, it'd be fire to me. But if they were ever going to do it, I think they should do it after GTA 6. But if they don't, I'm cool at where it's at. This was such a fun game and such a unique experience from a game. I really enjoyed it, y'all. Other than that, y'all, I'm out of here, man. Peace out. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, I'll give it to you if you beat my friend in a little game. He kicks you in the nuts, and you kick him in the nuts until one of you gives up. If you win,
What a
you get
game.
the sheep. If not, we keep it. That's just stupid.
Maybe, but I go first.
Ooh.
That's some funny stuff right there.
Violence on TV tonight. Okay, you win. I give up.
Look at that. Next time I'm gonna...
Shut up.